Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Last Rites. Once again, we're here. It's Friday. It's beautiful sun. Lovely. Love a bit of blue sky. Anyway, if you have already recently, thank you very much for doing so. That's hit and subscribe, that is. And if you haven't, do me a big favor. It's got subscribe written on it. It's clickable. Just give it a bit of a click. That made me feel really weird. Just give it a bit of a click and it will help me out and the channel out and help me to do more of this and get it in front of more people. And that's ultimately what we all want, right? Or what I want anyway. Anyway, cheers. Thanks for coming back in. We are back on. We're back on Phillip Schofield. Oh, he's been talking. He has been talking. So he's been talking to The Sun. I mean, some for the Daily Mail, The Sun. What next? Viz. But no, BBC iPlayer as well. Why not? Why not make sure that it's another way to shake us down for the TV license because we all know what's Scofy Dofy. I really messed my neck up there. But without further ado, let's see what he's got to say for himself. So in the first place, the first thing I saw today, he spoke to The Sun. And on their article on here, by the way, the look is very solemn. Sorry, wrong page. Let me just pop in here. The look is very solemn, very aged, I think, but obviously probably would under all this stress here. How do you always clutches a vape? But we probably shouldn't have zoomed in. So that's it, and the blaring starts. Yeah, I've done it as well. You know, I don't know any human rights stuff going on. But I've got a few notes from what he said in this article. We can have a look now. I'm not a groomer is the main headline. Denied doing anything before this young man was about 20. He worked on the show for a bit, talking about the run-up. One day something happened that changed it. You mean one day he was just working on the show and another day something went in somewhere. I don't know what happened. I don't want to know what happened, really. Not to that level, but stuff went in places. Schofield continues, there's no question I did a bad thing, no excuse. It was the one secret in our sanctuary. And by sanctuary, it means the makeup room that he shared with Holly for all these years. Listen, all the shock. If his sanctuary is a makeup room, I mean, what's the wife? Didn't the wife ask any questions? No, I think she needs to be honest. To everybody, who do you want to apologize for? Everybody. You're apologizing to me, Philip. I don't think so. And I apologize to him, the runner, because I should have known better. It never came across as an abuse of power, kind of paraphrasing, because we'd become mates. But of course, I understand there'll be massive judgment. Have you seen memes? You know what memes are? But bearing in mind, I've never exercised that anywhere else. Okay, just did it the once. I just did one 9/11. Didn't do two. Two seemed excessive. Did one. I didn't like to protect my career. He didn't want his name public. He wanted his own life. Now, this is fair. This is why I'm not really mentioning his name anymore until he decides to speak. The lies grew bigger and bigger and bigger. Oh, baby. And it was affecting both of us deeply. It got to the stage where it was out of control for whatever cost. It had to stop. He had massive guilt and regret. Now, there we get into the description from the Sun article. Furiously vaping. He added, I think my greatest apology must be to him. Furiously sucking on that thing. I haven't spoken to him since the shit kicked off, but this was all beginning to get out of control. I paid for his lawyers to independently work on his behalf. So Schofield is funding his lawyers. I mean, he's got cash, though. The young lad probably hasn't got as much cash, so I don't know. I'm deeply sorry, and I apologize to him because I should have known better. I should have acted the way I've always acted. I should not have done it. I'm sorry. I will die sorry. I'm so deeply mortified. Yeah, I mean, that's basically it for the Sun. It also said there's no NDA. And there was no hush money from himself or ITV, I believe. But we just knock over to the knocking over isn't. I don't know. Let's share this tab instead. This is the iPlayer, one of the rare times I'll actually go on it. Another grim photo shoot. A look directly in solemn lighting. They've done it like a Netflix documentary, haven't they? And it's the BBC. They're actually, making things look glossy now. Good. the interview. We're not going to play any of this because I'm probably not allowed to, because, you know, corporations make different decisions on what's fair use and what isn't. Anyway, we'll leave his little face up. I believe we've got some notes about the BBC as well. Just give me a second. Yeah, so the lad was 20 when they started. Nobody knew. Nobody on the team knew, to his knowledge. I mean, he was on, this young lad, this run-up was on stage at the TV Awards. And a lot of on-screen stuff, you know, dressing up as elf costumes. Did you see that clip? He's dressed up as an elf taking shots. Did they must have took that costume home for Thursday night playtime, right? For sure. Or Christmas surprise. The Twitter back and forth we've gone over before was just about careers, you know, when he was 15. Again, no NDA. ITV did not pay for his taxes. That's all right then. Didn't put the trafficking cars on expenses, but you know, again, he's an adult at this point, so Schofield's paying for his legal costs. ITV's investigation doesn't seem to be formal, even though they said they did an investigation. That stuff's going to come out. They're going to Parliament. That's a bit mad, isn't it? Producers going to Parliament. There's going to be a lot of interesting stuff in a couple of weeks. And now then I think I don't know which interview it was, but the camera operators, I guess for the BBC one, said that his hands were shaking throughout, and he was constantly holding this vape and all the rest of it. Fair enough. Was it weed? Is it like blueberry? You get sucking on some blueberry business. Now, one thing he did do, I believe it was the BBC one, he immediately, one of the first things after saying he was numb and that, and he did look genuinely upset, and on a human level, you know, he had about a week. But he did go for the you're lucky you haven't jumped out of a... You're lucky you haven't done it yet. You're lucky... Hey, be careful with those questions. He did talk about suicide quite quickly and mentioned Caroline Fack and said how she feels. He's like, oh, God, you don't want anyone to die. No one wants anyone to die from this. That's a bit far. We want life to continue all around, I think. But he did with the, hey, just watch the questions, because I've been to B&Q on the way here. Doesn't look like he knows where B&Q is, but I've been to B&Q on the way here. I have the rope. It's I've got the rope. I've got some hose pipe. So you just got gimp mask. Might have gone on bank swinging in from it. No, Carl, stop it. I got to stop just lurching to asphyxie wank. Like there's got to be an asphyxie wank ending. If it's gonna happen, no one wants that stuff. No one wants any for both of them as well. Because apparently the young man is upset. I don't really want to talk about him, but it was a weird one because it did initially sort of it got me a little bit, but then you think probably got to say all this as well. Probably if you immediately step forward and go, well, you're lucky on me. I would have jumped out the window last week. Try and get the interview on, like having a little bit of sympathy there, but they did ask him some questions, you know. Insists on certain things. Now more might come out in the wash from this parliamentary inquiry. I don't know much about politics. Some parliaments Ians are going to be asking some questions, so we'll find out what happens. But that is a Friday, a lovely Friday of Schofield. So we've had it for a week now. Well, I have. I don't know. But apart from that, give us a subscribe if you want. I'll do some more of this. And I did a little video update on some other stuff the other day. So yeah, there'll be plenty of things that I think are interesting to talk about. I've got to line up a bunch of stuff that isn't Scofie Scof. I'm getting little pet names from in fact. I think I love it. Can I have a job? Can I have a job? Can I have a career in TV? No, I don't want a career in TV. But you know, if you could get me to be the next Batman or something, I might think about just having a back and forth on Twitter from when I was 15, and then later on, it's probably fine. I told you it'd get weird. It has to. Let me bring up the correct screen here. Let's get that face away. There we go. There's 10 minutes-ish. Nice short one today. Go and enjoy your weekend. And as ever, give us a subscribe. It'll mean the world to me. Every one of you that subscribes. Honestly, I put my little hand on that and I go, thank you. any names, but thank you. But anyway, let us know what you think. If you want, comment below. And yeah, maybe I'll do another live stream soon. But for now, go and have a nice weekend. That's probably it for now. Go and have a lovely, lovely weekend and come back soon and see what we get up to again, working on some guests for various things. So let me get on with my admin. I'm not even hungover today. I'll probably do the admin. Subscribe, like, and all that stuff. And go and have some nice dinner. Go on. I'm having a curry. What are you having? Let me know that if you want. Doesn't matter. Talk about anything. I'm having a madras. I'm going to make it myself. I'm really trying hard to be a human being. But I don't know. Any of you want to be interns? Come and make the curry for me. I can't offer you anything except you can have a bit of curry. This is why when I looked at the clock and said just end it at 10 minutes, Gold, because the part of my brain that does this from the injury that must have happened, I assume my mother smoked while pregnant. I assume she had a gin and dropped me down the fucking steps within seconds of being born. That can only be it. It can only be it. Go on, piss off. Have a nice weekend. See you later. Love you.